Hi everybody, this is Sharia Shahid and you're watching All of Your Business. In All of Your Business, we talk about your favorite topics, and today we are going to talk about some key topics with our guest, Mr. Mehtab Haider. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you, sir?
I am fine.
Sir, New Year is on its way. How are you feeling?
I am enjoying the winter season
Winter season
and the new year also.
and the dry season.
Of course.
Bit of a dry season. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Sir, my first question to you is of our public interest, and that is motorcycle and three-wheeler sales have seen a record increase in the ongoing year. So, what do you have to say about it?
Actually, the stage is set when the large scale manufacturing has witnessed some kind of increase. And recently, State Bank of Pakistan has also slashed its monetary policy, although it's a bit minor one, 50 basis points, from 11% to 10.5%. It is hoped that both the two-wheelers and three-wheelers will we will see some kind of boost. We will also expect that there will be an increase in the overall production in the four-wheelers. Four-wheelers means cars and vehicles. Because the overall environment, when this auto sector has seen a sluggish kind of attitude in last year, now the stage is set when this auto sector is going to see a boost. And there is another thing. The government has also incentivized the e-motorcycles where there is a subsidy. Ministry of Industries and Production has given the first batch where they have given subsidized motorcycles, e-bikes to the customers. Now its second batch is also coming. So audience and customers should see it and they should get benefit from this subsidized provision of electric motorbikes.
Right, right. Sir, so does that mean that we are going to see good? It's a good news for citizens.
Of course, because it is very good development because commuting is the major problem in Pakistan, and I can see when the young girls are also driving electric motor vehicles.
It has become a trend now.
It's now becoming trend and it's a very positive trend, so that they can commute from one place to another place without facing any hurdle.
Without failing and with ease as well.
Of course.
Sir, ECC has recently approved nearly 6 billion for Danish schools. Sir, what are your thoughts about it?
Actually, these Danish public sector schools is a good intervention, and they are providing quality education to the poor segments of the society.
The underprivileged.
Yes, but there is also need to bring and introduce reforms in the public sector schools,
Right.
because this is the neglected sector. Although provincial governments are making their efforts, but there is a need to multiply these efforts, because all the elites are not sending their kids into these public sector schools, especially in the provincial headquarters. So there is a need to ensure this kind of intervention where the public sector schools should also be incentivized. This Danish public sector schools are very good intervention, but it should not be done at the cost of the public sector schools. So these both initiatives should be undertaken at a rapid pace.
Sir, we have talked about economy a lot, but what do you see that what is lacking in our education system according to you as an expert?
Actually, these schools and colleges are the major problematic parts on account of quality education, because they are the source of providing stuff for the universities. So until and unless we improve education levels, especially at primary and secondary level, we will not be able to promote education on qualitative front.
Right, right, sir. Sir, Pakistan last week has approved the halal meat export policy. Sir, how it is going to add to the economy, and what are your thoughts about it?
Actually, Pakistan's exports major relying on textile and the few other export oriented sectors. There is a need to diversify in terms of products as well as markets, because Pakistan's major destinations is USA, Europe, or the Gulf region. But in the Gulf region, halal meat is one of the major potential which needs to be exploited to promote Pakistan's meat exports. For instance, Pakistan's meat production is more than 6 million tons, and after meeting the domestic requirements, we can also promote and export, especially into the Gulf states. For instance, recently, government of Pakistan has negotiated with Malaysia, but I know that there is an increased demand in the Qatar and some other Gulf states as well, where we can increase the halal meat.
Right. Sir, do you think it's going to be game changer for us?
It will help to achieve the export target. For instance, Minister for Planning has given a 12-point agenda in a meeting chaired by the Prime Minister, and the Field Marshal and Chief of Army Staff was also present in that meeting few days back. And one of the option is, if we want to quit from the IMF program, or we don't want to enter into the next IMF program, there is a need to increase Pakistan's exports, which were hovering around 35 billion dollars, up to 60 to 63 billion in next 3 to 4 years period.
Right.
Until and unless we are going to diversify our exports and increase our exports to earn non-debt creating dollar inflows, we will not be able to say goodbye to the IMF. So this is the way forward, where we have to achieve export-led growth to say goodbye to the IMF.
Right, right, sir. So, and we talked about in earlier episodes that we are planning a strategy to say goodbye to IMF for good. So, only 9% of development budget has been used in the first 5 months of the current fiscal years. So, what does it mean?
Actually, the problem is that because of the IMF program, there is a restrictions from the Ministry of Finance not to release maximum funds to the ministries. So, keeping in view the shortfall occurred on front of the Federal Board of Revenue, because by the end of the day, IMF wants that Pakistan should remain stick to the primary balance target and overall fiscal deficit, but especially the primary balance. And the primary balance is calculated after excluding the overall debt servicing after interest payment. So, keeping in view this requirement of the IMF, the ultimate victim is the development side. But this kind of development spending has been curtailed for all ministries and divisions. But I want to mention one thing, that the government has allocated 70 billion rupees for parliamentarians under the SDGs program. This amount has been released. It has not been utilized fully, but a major chunk, more than 50%, has been utilized on the SDGs achievement goals. So it's a challenge. It remained challenge in the last fiscal year, and in this fiscal year it will also remain a challenge. And what will happen? In the last quarter, major chunk of the funds will be released,
Right.
and then the question will arise about the effective utilization of the funds.
Right.
Because in the last couple of months, ministries and divisions are supposed to make major utilization on the development funds.
Right. Very well put, sir. Thank you so much. That was all for today. If you want us to discuss your favorite topic, do let us know in the comments. Till then, keep watching all of your business.